So good morning everyone, Kenneth here and welcome to my updated tutorial on how to fix any Joy-Con problems, most notoriously the Joy-Con drift. And right now I'm making a specific video about the first Nintendo Switch. How do you see if it's drifting or not? Is you go to settings, you scroll down here, you go down here to calibrate the control sticks. So we are now inside calibrate control sticks, and as you can see, I don't have any Joy-Cons that are drifting right now. This is working perfectly fine. No, not really. You can see that it's not moving all the way to the side there. But that's because this is kind of an old, 8 years old at this point. I bought this in 2017 when it first launched. And it's obviously going to wear down already because it is using the old potentiometer method where there's a resistive pad that's being scraped off. And when it's being scraped off enough, then there are leftovers that is going to spread everywhere and cause problems. That's why in my first video, I solved that problem by opening this joystick module, which looks like this, and then you clean up what's inside to remove the drift. The problem is it is quite tricky to remove this metal plate right here, and then you can also break all these metal plates on the side, which then leaves you unable to put them back together again. So this should be a more user-friendly guide by replacing the module in its own. And I have two products that I can try here. First is from GuliKit and second one is from AKNES. They basically came out from the same factory. The only difference is GuliKit, you can detach these Joy-Con covers and then change the colors accordingly, which is nice, but it costs a bit more at 18 to 20 bucks, while the AKNES part looks exactly the same. It's just black color, but it is only 13 bucks. So you can buy according to your needs. And as you can see here, these parts are using the latest TMR tech, which is tunnel magnetoresistance, which supposedly use less power and is more accurate compared to the Hall effect joysticks that you see on the market a lot right now, which is pretty exciting because these are relatively affordable parts. And with that aside, now let's open up the joystick and we're going to follow iFixit tutorial, which I'm going to put on screen right now so you can follow along as well. So the only tool that you need to prepare is a Y00 tri-screwdriver, as well as a Phillips 00 or 000 screwdriver, the plus size one. And yeah, let's go to step one right here. And the steps for right joystick and the left joystick is slightly different. So if you're opening the left side, you go ahead to the iFixit and follow the steps along. But right now I'm going to prepare the right side, and I want you to be very careful when opening these 4 tri-screws because I have stripped mine on the other Joy-Cons and I haven't been able to open it since. So you want to apply a very steady force and make sure to not skip over like that. You can see how the box start to deform there. That's because I'm trying to apply as much force as I can. There you go. And do that. See? Okay, that's done. Let's do the other parts. Now that we're done, if your screwdriver is magnetic, it's gonna help a lot because these screws are small. And now let's open it up. You can just use your nails, pry over this side and also this side. Be careful when opening it. There you go. There are 2 tiny flex cables there that you don't want to pull too much. First things first, you want it to disconnect the battery because that's the most important thing. You don't want to do any shorts. You can just pull the cable if you want to go Rambo, or you can pry it out like that. Okay, good. Now that the battery is out, all right, now it's time to remove the battery. You go like this. There's a glue inside, but not too much. So you can, I've pulled this out before, that's why it takes off very easily. Okay, now we remove the antenna like that because we're gonna remove this middle part here. So take it apart. There you go. And now we're going to switch over to the Phillips 00 or 000 screw. We're going to open these 3 screws inside, which is nice. So we're going to take the mid frame out, but be careful of this very tiny ZR ribbon cable that's attached right here. So you can see there. Flip up the gray pad, pull it back, and you remove the mid frame. Okay, now we're at the innermost part of the Joy-Con. It's going to be very easy from here. We're going to just remove the screw. 1. Lift off this black flap. and we take it off. You can just pull it like that. It's fine. Maybe not, the best thing that you can do, but it's fine for DIY. So now that we've taken the Joy-Con apart, this is the original part, but as you can see, it's very loose here on these sides, although it is still working because I've cleaned this before in my previous tutorial. But now we're going to take this one from GuliKit and it's going to look like this. That's from the side, the other side. It looks nice. And reinforce as well on this part because this snaps very easily. That's the bottom side as well as the front side. Okay, now let's put this on and we're going to pack things up with the Joy-Con. Okay, so what you want to do is put this back in, just press it like that. Align the cable and actually you need a tweezer to put this in, just like that. And now we're going to close the black flip back. There you go. Perfect, not to put too much pressure, just to fix it there. And now let's put the mid frame back. Okay, finally. And close it. Basically, you want to grab this cable carefully because it's a ribbon cable and push it inside, then flip it. And we put the mid frame back, align down here, and put it up just like that. Let's put all the screws in. And let's put the antenna back in. Put the cables in place. And also the connector just like that. Okay, now let's put the battery back just like that. Finally, attach the battery connector back. Boop. When it clicks, it's done. And the last thing that I want you to do is to flip this inside this hole right here, not out there, to make sure that the cable is not being pressed and break down the line. See, just like that. There you go. Just make sure to put these side black bar back in a line, press it, and we're done. Joystick is connected. We can go back to system settings, go down, controllers, and calibrate the control stick. So we tilt it like that, and you see we can calibrate it once again. But so far it's been spot on pretty much, except for the center side, but that's okay because we can always calibrate it like that. To the right, release, down, release, the release, up, and we turn, and finally that's gonna be perfect. You see, that's perfectly in the center. Go up, right, left, down, and we make a little turn. That's perfectly to the right. Okay, so in terms of resistance, I think this one is a little bit more stiff compared to the original Joy-Con. So maybe that helps, maybe that's not, but that depends on your preference. But then again, the joystick is so small that usually I would use something like this to make it a little bit bigger. And also I changed this to blue color already, which is a little bit lighter compared to my super old blue color right here. But you can always take it off, make sure this rubber cover is in, and put this back like so. Just press it. Simple as that. That's with the GuliKit. That's a 18 bucks. But with the AKNES 12 bucks, 13 bucks right here, you cannot do that. It's just a simple black TMR Joy-Con. So with that said, the repair is done. Check out the links in the description for the repair kits. These are my affiliate links, so you can help me support the channel by purchasing through those links. And I hope this video helped you out. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I'm Kenneth, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.